I'd like to call the meeting to order and acknowledge that we are in Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Innu, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nation in Treaty 3 territory. My name is Ian Mann. I am the chair of the panel today. I'm joined to my left with Robert Malecki and via Zoom with panel member Kevin Stephenson. The assessment department personnel is Amanda Kilborn and administrative personnel is Mary Zendoué. To the Zoom participants of this hearing, please note that you're placed in the waiting room until your property is called upon. When it is your turn, you will be admitted into the meeting. Kindly follow along with the City of Winnipeg's Board of Revision YouTube channel for the hearing process. Once the host admits you into the hearing, please close or mute your YouTube player. You will then be permitted to speak with respect to your property. Once your hearing is concluded, you can leave the meeting. We will be hearing applications for revision of assessment roll in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matters for which revision is requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at this hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons and assessments of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by council and is independent of it and the city administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence provided at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or to the Court of King's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemption from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony followed by questions that the applicant may have and the applicant's testimony followed by questions. Each side will also have an opportunity to summarize should they wish. Once all of the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on the docket today. The session will close after all of the applications have been heard and the board will deliberate in private and make its decision. You will receive the board's decision by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. We will be hearing items 2, 6, 7, and 11 on our docket today. And Ms. Dewey, will you please affirm the assessor's testimony, and then we'll find out about the applicants.
Madam Assessor, please state your full name.
Amanda Kilborn.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Going through the docket, we have no one here in person as applicants, but is there anyone here on the Zoom meeting for item number 2, that being 262 Norris Street? Ms. Dewey?
No applicant.
Item number 6 is at 786 Hector Avenue, also here in Winnipeg, of course. Is there any applicant here on behalf of that property?
No applicant.
Item number 7 is the street address of 24 Evanson. Is there an applicant in Zoom?
No applicant.
No applicant on that either. The final matter is 828 Honeyman, and last bit, is there an applicant for that matter?
There is no applicant, but I believe that one has been withdrawn.
Oh, that was withdrawn.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. I must be ahead far enough, I guess. Thank you. What we will do then is we will take a recess. We will go in camera and deliberate the hearing of these matters in the absence of the applicants. Please. Thank you. I'd like to call the meeting back to order, please. Madam Assessor, the first item in the absence of the applicant, we have decided to hear the evidence or hear your evidence with respect to this. So if we can turn please to number 2 on the docket at 262 Norris Street. If we could have your submission, please.
You are muted, Madam Assessor.
Sorry about that. Okay, so 262 Norris Street, the roll number is 13082468000. The property is located in the West Alexander neighborhood. It's a 1 3/4 story single family dwelling with an effective age of 1921. It is 1,188 square feet with an unfinished basement and 2 bathrooms. The lot size is 2,430 square feet. The comparables are 793 Pacific Avenue, 439 Alexander Avenue, 705 Elgin Avenue, and 709 Alexander Avenue. They are all 1 3/4 story single-family dwellings with effective ages between 1912 and 1935. The square footage ranges from 1,062 square feet to 1,232 square feet. Comps 1 and 2 have unfinished basements, and comps 3 and 4 have finished basements.
Madam Assessor, you're cutting in and out the audio.
Can you hear me? Here, let me turn my.
Cutting in and out
I'm
when you
cutting in and
began
out.
discussing the we lost
Sorry, I can't hear you now.
sporadically.
Okay, I'll start with the comparables.
Please.
Okay, so the comparables are 793 Pacific Avenue, 439 Alexander Avenue, 705 Elgin Avenue, and 709 Alexander Avenue. They're all 1 3/4 story single-family dwellings with effective ages between 1912 and 1935. The square footage ranges from 1,062 square feet to 1,232 square feet. Comparables 1 and 2 have unfinished basements, and comparables 3 and 4 have finished basements. Comparables 1, 2, and 4 have 1 bathroom, and comparable 3 has 3. Comparable 4 has air conditioning, and the rest do not. Comparable 3 has a detached garage, and the rest have no garages. The lot sizes range from 2,219 to 3,120 square feet. There's a commercial influence and corner influence for 439 Alexander. 705 Elgin has a commercial and a school influence, and 709 Alexander has a corner influence. The time adjusted prices range from 107,500 to 196,100. The subject property is at the low end of the comparables at 105, and I believe this value should be maintained.
Thank you. Mr. Blanky, do you have any questions?
No questions, thank you.
Mr. Stephens, questions?
No questions at this time, thank you.
I just have a couple of questions, please, Ms. Kilbourne. The effective year built 1921 have you inspected this, or do you have a notice when the last time this was inspected?
No, I did not inspect it.
Okay. And just like
And I don't know when, if it wasn't inspected, but there probably was a sale back, like there was a 2018 sale. So that could have been when that was done, but no, there was no actual inspection done on the property.
And the sale, you've anticipated my next question, in February of 2018. Do you know whether that was an arm's length sale or?
It was a private sale, so no, it wasn't listed, so I don't know.
Okay.
I don't really have any information on that sale.
Okay, thank you. I don't have anything further.
Thank you.
Ms. Kilbourne, any need of a summary?
No, I just feel that the value should be maintained as it's at the low end of the comparables.
Okay, then we will conclude that matter and
Thank you.
move on to number 6 on the docket. Street address of 786 Hector Avenue.
Okay, 786 Hector Avenue, roll number 12013587000. The property is in the Ebby Wentworth neighborhood. It's a 1-story single-family dwelling built in 1947. It is 652 square feet with a finished basement, 1 bathroom, air conditioning, and a detached garage. The lot size is 3,951 square feet. The comparables are 818 and 821 Weatherden Avenue and 818 and 810 Hector Avenue. They are all 1-story single-family dwellings with effective ages between 1947 and 1956. The square footage ranges from 600 to 700 square feet. Comparable 1 and 2s have surface foundations, and comparables 3 and 4 have finished basements. Comparables 1 and 2 have 1 bath, and comparables 3 and 4 have 2 baths. Comparables 2, 3, and 4 have air conditioning, and comparable 1 does not. Comparables 1, 2, and 4 have a detached garage, and comparable 3 has no garage. The lot sizes range from 3,950 to 4,000 square feet. There's a corner influence for both 818 and 821 Weatherden, and 821 Weatherden also has a traffic, hydro lines, and park influence. The The time adjusted prices range from 211,500 to 300,800. And the subject property is at the low end of these comparables at 230,000, and I believe this value should be maintained.
Thank you. Mr. Stephenson, any questions?
No questions at this
Thank you.
time.
Mr. Belenky, any questions?
No questions, thank you.
I have a question with respect to the comparables, Madam Assessor, with respect to the basement types, the full basement versus the surface foundation on comparables 1 and 2.
Mhm.
What is the general effect, or can you explain the general effect of pricing or the valuation on the difference between a surface foundation and a full basement? Just to
Yeah, like this, a surface foundation is definitely a lower value. It has like less value than a full basement with the potential of finishing it or having it being finished. There's no potential of that on surface foundation. So this property being in line with those properties that have surface foundation shows that it's actually at the low end of the comparables. Because surface foundation is definitely a lower valued property.
That's my only question.
Okay.
Do you need to, or would you like to make a summary?
I just feel that the value should be maintained based on these comparables.
No applicant present. We will move to the last matter on the list, the street address of 24 Evanson, please.
Okay. 24 Evanson Street, roll number 120821720000. This property is in the Wolseley neighborhood. It's a 1 3/4 story single family dwelling built in
Can
19.
I just pause you for a moment, please? We're having
Sure.
some technical issues here. We'll just get back in a minute.
Sure.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve. Sorry to interrupt, Ms. Kilborn, if
That's
you
okay.
could continue, please.
Okay, so it's the properties in the Wolseley neighborhood. It's a 1 3/4 story single family dwelling built in 1910. It's 1,312 square feet with a finished basement and 1 bathroom. The lot size is 2,454 square feet, and the comparable properties are 123 Lipton Street, 38 Evanson Street, 175 Aubrey Street, and 76 Chestnut Street. They're all they're all 1 3/4 story single family dwellings as well. And their effective age is between 1913 and 1920. The square footages range from 1,229 to 1,510 square feet. Comparables 1 and 2 have a finished basement. Comparables 3 and 4 do not. The comps all have 1 bathroom except comparable 2 has 2 bathrooms. Comparable 3 has air conditioning and the rest do not. Comparables 2 and 3 have a detached garage and the other 2 comparables 1 and 4 do not. The lot sizes range from 2,495 square feet to 3,164 square feet. The time adjusted sale price for these properties ranges from 311,500 to 394,600, and the subject property is at the low end at 281,000, and I believe this value should be maintained.
Thank you. Mr. Belenky, have you any questions?
No questions, thank you.
Mr. Stephenson, any questions?
Just one for the assessor. Do you think the location of the subject property between Wolseley and Palmerston would be considered more desirable or higher value than the comps used here?
Well, there's one comp that's right on its street, so that would be a similar comparable, and it might be slightly desirable. I don't know whether or not it would be anything significant in value. I'm not sure.
Thank you.
And I don't have any questions, Ms. Kilborn. Is there any summary that you would like to make?
Just based on the comparables, I believe that the value should be maintained.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe that completes the docket. We've now heard all matters scheduled, and this hearing is adjourned. Thank you, Ms. Kilborn.
Thank you.